Hi, today we're talking about Doctrinal Mastery Review 25. As we scroll down and look at our call-out boxes here, just a reminder that you may need to teach a Doctrinal Mastery lesson instead of this review lesson. So if you haven't taught all of the Doctrinal Mastery lessons and content lessons through the book of Revelation, then please teach one of those lessons instead of this review. Additionally, we're nearing the end of the semester and you need probably a day for the assessment. So you may need to give the assessment instead of teaching this review lesson. However, the assessment may not fill an entire class period, so some of the activities from this review lesson could help you out and might be a nice complement to the assessment. So the purpose of this Doctrinal Mastery lesson is to help our students remember and apply the Doctrinal Mastery passages in their own life. And so as we scroll down, you'll see that we have a great quote here from M. Russell Ballard about applying gospel truths to our lives. We have a list of all the Doctrinal Mastery references and key phrases, which will be useful in our memorizing activity a little bit later. And then a couple of lesson ideas here. The first lesson idea is simply to pick a Doctrinal Mastery reference with its key phrase and try to draw a picture of an everyday object or situation that is connected to or reminds us of that Doctrinal Mastery passage. So if your students like to draw, that would be a great way to review these Doctrinal Mastery passages. You would prepare for that by having pieces of paper with the Doctrinal Mastery reference written on the top. They can select the scripture that they want, and then they're trying to draw a picture that goes with the key phrase associated with that reference. Another quote here from Elder Bednar about applying gospel truths. I really like this activity here, and it's described in this call-out box that you would provide each student, again, with a piece of paper that has the Doctrinal Mastery passage written on the top. So I prepare those in advance, 12 pieces of paper, 12 Doctrinal Mastery references at the top, and the students are going to pick one. They're going to then think of a scenario that relates to that Doctrinal Mastery reference. Gather in all the papers, and then you're going to play a bit of a game with this. You're not going to read the reference, but you're going to read the scenario to the class and have them guess which Doctrinal Mastery reference it is. And you could assign points to the students. For everybody that guesses the scripture correctly, the student who came up with that scenario gets that many points. So in a class of 10 students, there's going to be 9 possible points. 8 of my classmates guessed that correctly, I would get 8 points for that scenario. And so you go through all the scenarios that were written by the classmates and then do it again. So you've got, again, 12 new pieces of paper with the Doctrinal Mastery references printed across the top. Have them pick a different scripture and say the second time you can't use any of the same scenarios that we've already used. So the 10 scenarios that we did the first time are out, and students will write new scenarios and they can go at it again, trying to get the most points. So you could kind of have a fun time playing a game with this activity. The second idea I have goes here with the supplemental learning activities, this memorize box. And it is important that we memorize the key scripture phrase with the Doctrinal Mastery passages. And we've had a couple of new Doctrinal Mastery scriptures in the book of Revelation. So a really quick memorizing activity that you can do is to have the students kind of sit in a circle or a semicircle just around the room. And they're going to go around and say one word at a time until they've said the reference and the key scripture phrase. So for example, with Revelation 20, verse 12, one student would say revelation. The next student would say 20. The next student would say 12. The next student would say and then the, dead, were, judged. And they're going to go around the room like that, saying one word at a time. And they have to say it, the reference and the key phrase 3 times. And time them, see how fast they can do it, and then see if they can beat their time. Another way of doing it is you might offer a prize. Hey, everybody gets a Starburst or everybody gets a Tootsie Roll if we can do it 3 times in under 30 seconds. So they're trying to say Revelation 20, 12, and the dead were judged according to their works. Revelation 20, 12. And so they're going around the circle saying one word at a time 3 times, and could be kind of a fun activity. The class is working together towards a goal and trying to earn a prize. I hope you have fun with these review activities and that it really helps our students cement in their minds the references, the key phrases, and how they apply to their lives. Have a great week.